I can say this due diligence was, I don't know, like a step or a spark for me in the career. It's the first time I had due diligence. Personally, being present, it was my first time to be present last year in October by IOM RRF team. Uh, it was very amazing experience because this time it was very personal, up close, one-on-one. Each team, each member from RRF went to different departments, found us on our desks. So it was very personal for me and it helped me to learn a lot. We had discussions on finance-related issues, we had discussions on cash flows, cash forecasts, and cash counts. There were many other stuff, but the team noticed we had challenges in these three areas. And because he was viewing the Evans, the finance lead for RRF by then, was viewing the files and was able to identify the problems as they come. So we responded. Each file he sees, we respond. And that made me learn a lot because he will review a file and point an example. For example, this is not right. So that helped me to learn very, very, very personally. From my personal level, it has improved me in my skill, in my profession so much. From that time, whenever I am doing reporting, I'll be very cautious. I'll go back there and check and say, Evans mentioned this RF2 mentioned us this, I think we need to follow this way. To be honest, it's like I went back to school because these are things you don't learn in class, these are things you learn in practice. Probably I did finance management, but here I'm doing grants management. So to me, it's like I went back to school and it made me a better person. Even when I'm reporting now, preparing physical files, I'm very cautious because he pointed out certain things during our reporting, the issue of our signatures, and also how to initiate reports. He mentioned very many things. But what stood out for me was the issue of the cash count reporting. For sure, I've not been doing it right. The file was not speaking for itself, I may say. But after that, now you can, if you see the file now, it's different because he said when you're reporting cash count, make sure it is signed and reviewed by another person. And then when you're reviewing it, you need to attach transaction list. That is where I was not doing right. I wasn't attaching that transaction list. So it gave me work to go back and start doing entries and print and attach transaction list. And for me, this is a growth that I wouldn't be learning in class, but practically I was able to learn, and thanks to the due diligence that I was able to learn this. And then on the issue of cash flow forecast, we were doing it quarterly. He advised monthly is better because when you report the exchange rate, the inflation, it's good to do it monthly so that you're not affected so much by the inflation. And from that time on, up to this date, and hopefully moving forward, it's what we're doing. We do it monthly, and so that we're able to forecast the exchange rates, the prices of items in the market, and when we're doing budgeting, this helps us during budget times. And personally, it's also another growth which I think I wouldn't be learning in class or somewhere else. It's practice for me, and I can say this due diligence was, I don't know, like a step or a spark for me in the career. It helped me so much to open my eyes, look at the other things I can actually learn, maybe more even than what we learned during the due diligence. So I am still learning, and I hope to learn more, but I have learned so much, but it's not enough for me. From that time, I kept yearning for more. What more is there to learn? From what more is there to learn? I want to say thank you very much for this exercise, and please continue. And if possible, you can give it to us monthly or quarterly, or each time we have agreement with you, you can give us this. You can have due diligence or have some kind of capacity training, capacity development training. It's very good. As national NGOs, we are still learning. We're trying to put systems in place, but these kind of things help us to improve. Personal myself, I want to say I can be proud. Right now, if someone invites me for finance interview, I'll be very confident to talk about those three areas that I learned from due diligence. I knew other things, but these are things that I wasn't doing right. I must admit, I wasn't doing right before the due diligence. But after that, I'm doing it right, the way I was advised. That's why I will say, Evans said this, not only for when we are reporting IOM or RRF, when we're reporting other grants. Maybe we have grants from Canada, from Save the Children. when we are reporting, I always refer to those comments or recommendations made by Evans during the due diligence for RRF. So I am learning, hope to learn more, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.